If you're dealing with bloating, food sensitivities, skin flare-ups, brain fog, or chronic fatigue, there's a high chance your gut lining is compromised. This is what's often called leaky gut, where the intestinal barrier becomes damaged, allowing toxins, microbial byproducts, and undigested food particles to pass through into the bloodstream. Under normal conditions, the gut lining acts as a tightly regulated filter. It's made up of cells held together by tight junctions that control what enters circulation. But when this barrier is compromised, due to stress, poor diet, infections, toxins, or dysbiosis, those junctions loosen. And that's where the problems begin. Substances that should remain in the gut, like bacterial endotoxins, food antigens, and fungal components such as candida cell wall fragments, start entering the bloodstream. The immune system immediately flags these as threats and activates the white blood cells. Inflammatory cytokines are released, and the body mounts a defensive response. Now, instead of calm digestion, you have chronic low-grade immune activation happening every time you eat. This is also where candida and leaky gut become deeply connected. Candida overgrowth can directly damage the gut lining through its invasive form, hyphae. Hyphae physically penetrate the intestinal wall, increasing permeability, creating a weakened gut barrier and the perfect environment for candida and other opportunistic microbes to thrive. A vicious cycle initiates. As this cycle continues, the immune system becomes overstimulated. Histamine levels begin to rise. Mast cells, key immune cells involved in allergic responses, become more reactive, releasing histamine more easily and sometimes excessively. Over time, this can contribute to histamine intolerance or even MCAS, mast cell activation syndrome, where the body reacts to foods, smells, stress, or environmental triggers that were once tolerated. This is why symptoms often go far beyond digestion. You may experience bloating, gas, and food sensitivities, skin issues like itching, hives, or eczema, brain fog, fatigue, and mood swings, sinus congestion or post-nasal drip, hormonal imbalances, heightened reactions to foods or supplements. What started as a gut issue becomes a whole-body immune and inflammatory condition. And unless the gut lining is repaired and the underlying triggers are addressed, the cycle continues, no matter how many supplements you take. And while most people jump straight into probiotics or antimicrobials at this point, that's not where real healing starts. Real, lasting healing begins when the body feels safe and calm. Only then can it start to repair. Then you can address the gut. Your gut lining is your first line of defense. It is constantly being exposed to food, bacteria, and potential pathogens, so it acts as a major training ground for immunity. In fact, 70% of immunity resides in the gut-associated lymphoid tissue, GALT. Signs that your gut is compromised show up as increased inflammation and food sensitivities. Candida and bad bacteria thrive. Detox becomes harder, skin develops rashes, spots, and looks dull. Fatigue, mood swings, and various other symptoms develop. Which brings us to the 3 powerful supplements that can help with leaky gut. Not all gut healing supplements work the same way. So let's break down these 3, which I believe are the most powerful, and find which one is right for you. 1. L-glutamine, the gut lining builder. If there's one supplement considered the foundation of gut repair, it's this. And for good reason, because L-glutamine is the primary fuel source for the cells that line your intestines. Think of it as the raw material or bricks your body uses to rebuild the gut wall. Research shows it helps restore tight junctions, the seals, in your gut lining. It reduces inflammation in the gut, and has shown improvement in intestinal permeability in human studies. What you may begin to notice after taking it: reduced bloating, fewer food reactions, and better digestion. Who is it best for? Almost everyone with leaky gut, especially those with post-antibiotic damage and candida-related gut issues. However, for some people it doesn't work because they feel worse on glutamine, especially those with histamine issues or nervous system sensitivity. Even though I struggled with those myself and it worked well for me. So it's usually your body telling you that there's still too much inflammation or toxicity. 2. Zinc carnosine, the gut protector and healer. This is the most underrated gut healing compound and arguably the most powerful in certain cases. Zinc carnosine doesn't just support the gut, it binds directly to damaged areas and accelerates healing. Research shows that it prevents increases in gut permeability in human trials. It speeds up tissue repair and it protects the gut against damage from stress, toxins, medications, etc. What you'll notice taking zinc carnosine is less irritation after eating, improved tolerance to foods and relief from gastritis or burning sensations. Zinc carnosine is best for people with a sensitive, inflamed gut or those with gastritis, reflux or ulcers. Also for the few people who can't tolerate glutamine. So if your gut feels raw or reactive, this is often the better starting point. 3. L-citrulline, the healing support, but not a fix. This one is often overlooked and misunderstood. What L-citrulline does is improve blood flow and oxygen delivery by increasing nitric oxide. This creates a better environment for healing. The reality is it does not directly repair the gut lining, but it supports circulation to gut tissue, cellular repair processes and recovery under stress. This can be good for people with circulation issues, diabetes or high blood sugar, especially if you have neuropathy and you want to support vascular health. It is not a primary tool, so don't rely on it solely to heal a leaky gut. The truth most people miss and where most protocols go wrong is that without fixing the environment first, you cannot heal the gut long term. If the nervous system is in a state of fight or flight, then the body will always prioritize survival over repair and it will not initiate the repair process until it is safe. So you are most likely just masking the issues. Let's simplify. Which one should you take? For most people it's best to start with L-glutamine. If you're sensitive or inflamed, zinc carnosine first. If you want to optimize healing, then add L-citrulline later. The most effective strategy, what actually works best, instead of choosing one, is layering 1, 2 or all 3 correctly at various stages of your healing. However, if you remember one thing, let it be this: leaky gut is not the root problem, it's just a signal. And while supplements like L-glutamine, zinc carnosine, L-citrulline can accelerate healing, they only work when the body is in the right state to heal. Fix the environment first. Then the body naturally does what it was designed to do: heal. www.healingpath.uk